Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I have been sick for like 6 days. I don't know what's in the air, but it definitely got me good. I couldn't even like speak at the beginning of the week because my sinuses were so messed up, but thankfully we're on the tail end of it. And I knew makeup would make me feel better. So here we are. My earrings, by the way, are from my brand Nixie Studios. If you guys love jewelry like I do, check it out. I'll link it down in the description. Also, I hate to be annoying, but if you're watching this, please subscribe. I saw that over 50% of my viewers are not subscribers, so you better. Alright, let's get started. Here's my bare skin. It's a little irritated from the cold weather here in Georgia, and I also did a few extractions recently, so it's kind of like healing and it's very dry. So let's put some moisture on this skin. I'm going to start with the Rhode Glazing Milk because this is one of my favorite products. It's literally almost empty. You can't even tell on the camera, but it is. And I just like to take a little amount of it, rub it in my hands, and then push it into my skin. I know there's a lot of discourse around Rhode. Some people love it, some people hate it, but I am one of the girls who loves it. I genuinely think that for my sensitive skin, it has done me very well. This is a new product. It's the Isamaya Beauty. This is the Skin Lac. It's a triple hyaluronic glow serum, glass serum, and I just think the packaging is so cool. But I'm gonna use this today. I think it just gives you glass skin. Wow. That is glowy. I like how it feels though. It just feels like a serum. But yeah guys, today I want to recreate some Pinterest looks from some of my favorite girlies, and I'm really excited. I didn't check if the ingredients were oil-based or water-based in that product, so hopefully my makeup sits well on top of it, but as for how it looks, I think it looks really pretty. Before we jump into anything, let's take a look at the mood board. I love Kensington's skin here, how glowy but still full coverage it is, and I just love like her bronzer and everything. For Kylie, I love her cheek and her eyes and her eyebrows. I love all their eyebrows, they're kind of all very similar, but Kylie's like cheek, rosy cheek, and her eyes and her eyebrows just look very sultry. As for Christina and Sandra on the bottom, I love their eyes, how they have that little hint of darkness in the inner corner, and kind of just all around the tight line of the eye gives a very sexy, like, effortless cool girl vibe, which I'm definitely wanting to go for today. I don't love a like full-on smoky look, so I never really want to do that, but I think theirs will suit me well. I always tend to lean towards these girls for inspiration with makeup because they all have similar features to me. Dark hair, dark eyes, thick eyebrows, similar skin tones. So I know usually that when I copy one of their looks, it will look decent on me. They're stunning, but I can try. For foundation today, I'm going to try out the Patrick Ta foundation. I have shade Light Medium 1. I have swatched it on my finger, but I've never like fully applied it to my face. So I'm curious how it will look. I've heard amazing things on TikTok. I get all my makeup information obviously from TikTok these days. Doesn't everyone? But I'm going to take this Charlotte Tilbury complexion brush. I don't know why, I just had a brain fart. And I'm going to swirl it around. I definitely want to use a saturated brush that can really pick up product. And let's try this. The color is definitely a little warm, as you can see, but honestly, it matches my self-tanner. And it matches my neck, I think. Now it does. But as far as coverage goes, wow. Okay, this is like flawless. Make sure to get your ears if your ears are showing like mine are. Wow, you guys. I am very impressed. And I actually do like the color. You can always lighten things up with your concealer as well, so you're never going to get the perfect shade. I mean, let's be real. Sometimes you do get lucky, but usually I can make things work. That looks amazing. I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge. This is the Villa Beauty sponge. You guys always ask which one it is. It's really good. And I'm just going to tap over. To really like get that texture as natural as possible. I'll zoom in. But this foundation so far, I really like it. Next, I want to try the Fenty Beauty concealer. Each of these girls like definitely just has a really nice under eye. So we're gonna copy that. I have shades 190W and 175W. I think I'm gonna take 190 to start. And I've never used this concealer. I literally got it like yesterday in the mail. And we'll start here. I'll take a tiny bit of 175, but I don't really think we need it. But whatever. I'm going to take my favorite Rare Beauty concealer brush and I'm going to start tapping that into my skin. By the way, so far, the Isamaya Beauty base that we put on, the glass stuff, it seems to be looking really nice under the foundation, so no issues yet. And I can still see the glow through my foundation as well, which I really like. You guys know I like to sculpt with my concealer, so I'm definitely gonna follow that today. And I just kind of like to inverse contour with it. I asked you guys some questions on Instagram that I thought would be fun to answer as well while we got ready today. So I'm gonna answer a few of them. I honestly should have asked the questions like 24 hours in advance, but I didn't. So I don't have as many as I would have liked, but we're gonna work with what we've got. My first question is, how am I feeling post breast reduction? Do you think it was worth it? You're getting yours done in a month. That is so exciting. Yeah, I actually had a breast reduction. I don't know if you guys follow me on TikTok or Instagram, but I definitely talked about it on there a little bit. Haven't gone too much into depth because I'm going to make a full video about it, honestly, like this month in January. So I'm really excited to talk about it. But yeah, I had a breast reduction done last March, so March 2023, and it was the best decision that I ever could have made, like ever. For cream bronzer, I'm going to use the Refi in the color Sand. I've had this forever and I've tried it once or twice, but I want to use it today because it's been a while. And I'm using my Pro Foundation brush from Sephora to apply this. But yeah, I had super uneven tatas. One of them was, I'm not even kidding, probably a large double D, maybe even bigger. Keep in mind, I never got them sized, so I don't know. I probably should ask my doctor, but in my opinion, I had a large double D and then I had a C. And it affected every single ounce of my life, like down to what I wore, my confidence, how I acted with partners. Like, it really affected me. And I wanted a breast reduction for a super long time, but it's honestly a very expensive procedure and I just kept putting it off. And then last year, I think so I lost 30 pounds in the last, I would say, year and a half now. I've lost 30 pounds and I just felt the best I ever had, but my tatas were not changing. They weren't feeling the best they ever had. They were just still living their little fraternal twin life, and I just was so over it. So I made the decision I was going to get them done in March before summer so I could enjoy my summer and thrive. To contour a little, I'm going to take this A Contour by Givenchy Beauty, and it's in the shade 21, I believe. It's a very cool toned little color, and I'm just going to take it on the brush. But yeah, I decided to get it done. I was really nervous, but honestly, it was worth every penny and it was worth every like amount of pain. It was a brutal surgery, I will say. Like, it's not super fun to have a breast reduction. Keep in mind, like, when you get a breast augmentation, which is when you get an implant, they're literally just like sticking it in, and it's gonna feel, you're gonna feel pressure and everything, but they're not really like cutting you open. For a breast reduction, they're literally cutting you open and they're taking out, you know, fat and tissue from your breasts. I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Perfect Pink. Again, I've like literally tried this once or twice, but I want to wear it today for a wash of color. But yeah, I definitely like had to take a long time to recover. You have stitches and internal stitches for quite a while. Mine are just now, almost a year later, getting to the point where they're like at their final form. And my stitches are fully dissolved and all that nasty stuff. But you guys, like, my life is changed. Like, I can wear whatever I want. I don't have to wear a bra. I have perfect lifted Just Dream tatas, and I just feel so much more comfortable and confident in my skin, which is obviously like the biggest plus. I'm gonna use a bit of the Say Star Glow on the high points of my face, and I think how I want to do this, I've never put this on top of my makeup before, only underneath. I think I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm doing. I hope this doesn't take off my base. Okay, we're safe. Cool. I love that. To set my face, I'm going to take the Invisimatte from Fenty Beauty. I've never used this. I just got it in the mail. But anyways, breast reduction was life-changing. I would do it over again just to have these results. And I went to Dr. Bauer at the Swan Center in Alpharetta, Georgia. He was literally amazing. Like, the whole team there is amazing. And you know what's funny? When I was going there my first day, I walk in and my like assistant, I don't know if she's a nurse, but she works at the center, and she kind of like helped me. She took my photos for me, my before photos and everything. Guess what her name was? Madi Barnard. Not even kidding. And I was like, okay, this is a sign. This is a sign. I'm at the right place, in the right hands, with the right people. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a whole video on my entire experience on TikTok. If you guys want me to do one on YouTube instead, let me know and I can. But I'm so happy with my results, and I wish I could just post a picture of my BOOBS on YouTube and show you guys. Obviously I can't do that, but I just love them so much. Like, I feel so free from the shackles that were uneven, saggy big boobs, which are fine, but it does affect you. You can't even lie about that. It does affect you. For bronzer, I bought this new Hourglass palette that I'm really keen about. It is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. It's the snake one, whatever that means. And I'm just going to take this bronzer. It is like a dark bronzer, so I'm going to be careful with this, but it's really pretty. My next question is how to start working with brands that are in the beauty market. Honestly, you guys, you just have to post, you have to tag, you have to be consistent, and you have to just like organically make your way into these brands' hindsight and into their like faces. There's no like easy, you know, way to get brand deals or to get PR. You literally just have to like organically love product, tag them in stories, tag them in post, create content that's going to catch their eye and that's going to make them be like, who is this girl? Like, we want to send her some of our products because, you know, hopefully she'll create some cute content with our products. I think as a brand owner and someone who is in the influencer market, I see both sides, and there have been times where I've wanted to or have reached out to brands, like when I really didn't have a lot of followers and I was just starting, and I would not get a response, or they just would like reply and say they didn't have any openings for gifting or collabs or anything. But I think that like DMing and cold messaging brands, you know, it can work for some people. I don't see really any harm in doing it, but I think the best way to like start working with brands and to like get in their line of vision is literally to just be organic and tag them. Because if they know that you love the product, they know you're talking about the product, using the product, they're probably going to be more inclined to want to work with you. Like for my jewelry brand, Nixie Studios, I get so many DMs every day from just random girls who want free jewelry. And I totally respect the hustle, but one thing that does bother me when I go to those messages is when they don't even follow the brand, or like they don't organically show love. Whenever I get a cold DM and it's just like they don't follow me, there's no previous messages, anything, no organic support, I usually won't even respond because it just feels like they found me on their explore page and they're just like, oh, I want free jewelry, and they're just sending me a message. I am definitely not going to be sending them jewelry, if that makes sense, if they're not even following the brand. In all the inspo photos that I showed you guys, they all have kind of like a peachy pink natural blush, so I think this palette is actually perfect. I'm gonna kind of just mix everything together, and I'm gonna just let that do its thing. I'm using a lot of glowy products because that is the vibe for this. I'm gonna shape out my nose a little bit with this One Size powder just to get that cut. I'll also take a little bit here. But we're definitely doing a lot less powder than I did in my last video. A few of you commented and being like, I don't like using that much powder, and that's totally fine. So today I'm catering to you. I'm gonna do my eyebrows with my Benefit Precisely My Brow. I wear shade 5. I can get away with shade 5 or 6, but either way, I just like to fill them in and make them kind of straight and lengthen them just a little bit to lift the face. Okay, the magic in my eyebrows, for me at least, is in how I set them. I'm gonna use my trusty Refi brow tint in the shade Black, and I just like to really add some texture to them. And in the front, like I mentioned in my last tutorial, I like to just brush them really up and really close together. Like I'll kind of push them in like that. And then I'll wait for that to dry, and then I'll go in with the second brow gel. I'm dusting away this powder now. I'm going to set my face now. I honestly just put some of this Fix Plus into this Charlotte Tilbury bottle because I prefer this sprayer to this sprayer. This is honestly so rough and like in your face. I just don't really love it. So I'm going to do this. And I like to make my face pretty wet. This is what's going to give you that really skin-like finish. My next question is my updated tanning routine. And honestly, guys, I just kind of switch off between Loving Tan Platinum, Loving Tan 2 Hour Ultra Dark, and the Loving Tan like dark natural color. It's like their new naturals line. I love Loving Tan. I've been using them for years, and this is not sponsored or anything. They just are honestly one of the best tanning brands I've tried. I also love the brand Salty Face. They have a clear foam that I love, but I ran out of it, so I need to repurchase. But that one is really good, and I like how it's clear because it doesn't get all over your bed. Loving Tan does get all over your bed, but I just stick a like old sheet in my bed whenever I am marinating, and I just hope for the best. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the base with some Freckles from Freck. I honestly can't even explain how good my skin looks right now. Like, it looks so radiant, but it looks like my skin. It looks like I'm really not wearing any product almost. My nose is starting to get stuffed up again. To start on the eyes, I'm going to take this Kosas Undressed palette, and I'm just going to take, of course, this like really natural shade. I might even take a little of this one. And we're going to run this through our crease. All of the girls are wearing just a really nice warm bronzery crease. You can totally use your bronzer, but I never use this eyeshadow palette, so I've been wanting to. Someone asked what my dating advice is for a 24-year-old. I'm 27 for reference. My advice would just be to have fun and just like enjoy yourself. I'm trying to think if I was in a relationship when I was 24. I think I was, but I have been single, you know, around my relationships, and I have the most fun when I just am unapologetically myself, and I try to understand, which it is hard to do, but you just have to try to understand that what is right for you will like work out for you, and try not to get hung up on guys who obviously don't want a relationship or obviously don't like treat you how you deserve and you know you're supposed to be treated. I would say my biggest piece of advice is just like go with your gut feeling. If you feel like something just isn't right with someone, or like you possibly don't see a relationship with them, don't carry on in that relationship, even if they're a nice guy. Just because they're nice doesn't mean they're right for you, and anyone can be a nice guy. So if you are single, just find friends that you can like go out with, not necessarily go party with, but just like go to restaurants with, get out of the house with. Just like put yourself out there, smile a lot. When I was single, I would definitely try to put out an energy of like openness, if that makes sense. It's not desperation, it's just being open. So when someone looks at you, smile at them. Don't walk around like this. Like walk around when you're in the grocery store, like smile a little bit. Just look like a happy girl, and I swear things will like be drawn to you. When I had that mindset of like openness and happiness and I was comfortable with myself, I swear people just like were magnetic towards me. If you're on dating apps, be safe, be careful. Again, listen to your gut feeling. I don't know, just be like unapologetically yourself, and the right person will find you. I swear the best people come when you are not expecting it, and it sounds silly and you may be impatient, but really does happen. I'm going to start on the eyes with this black eyeliner, and I'm going to work it onto my inner corner area. And I also want a tight line. Oh, my eyes are already watering. Okay, never mind. I don't like how zoomed in that was. This eyeliner is the About Face Line Artist eyeliner, and it's in the shade Into the Void, which is just black. I'm going to take a little brush and I'm going to lightly like kind of pull it in to give a more cat eye vibe. And I'm also going to pull this up a little. And then I'm going to take the dark brown on a little angled Sigma liner brush, and I'm going to lightly add it to the outer half of my eye and kind of pull it out a little, like a little wing. While I work on my eyes a little bit, my next question is, how did you meet your current boyfriend? I actually did a whole video on how I met my boyfriend, and it is a good one. It really is. It's like my favorite story ever. It is on my TikTok. I'll put a screenshot of the video here. It's not that far down, but we literally just met because he was my neighbor. So go watch that story time if you are interested on how I met my boyfriend. I feel like that is definitely a hot topic on my TikTok right now. I received this really pretty YSL palette, and I think I'm going to use a little bit of this on the eyes. I'm going to take the warm brown shade, or the tan bronzer shade, and again I'm just going to kind of use that in the crease like we did before. And I'm taking a little bit of these two shades and I'm going to kind of use it on the bottom because they all have a little bit of smokiness on the bottom. I think that looks really good. And I'm going to stop on the eye before I get any further and any crazier. I'm going to curl my lashes with a warm lash curler. works. This works so good. It's the Kevin Aquan lash curler, and I love it. I'm going to use a new mascara from Benefit. It's the Fan Fest mascara, and I just got this in the mail, so I have not used it yet. I like how this wand looks. Favorite perfumes. This is funny actually, because I was just getting lunch and the lady behind the counter asked me what perfume I was wearing, and it was Another 13 from Le Labo. I feel like Santal, I think it's Santal 33, is a very popular scent from Le Labo, but it's so overdone. Like, everyone has used it, everyone has smelled it, and everyone wears it. You guys, you have to try Another 13. I've never gotten so many compliments on a fragrance in my entire life, and in my opinion, I think it's unisex, but you guys can let me know about that. It just smells so amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, I don't know. It's so beautiful. But I also like the new Angel perfume from Mugler. I think it's called Fallen Angel or Dark Angel, and it's like a little star bottle. It is so good. And then I also like, for like a fresh daytime scent, I like Beach Walk from Maison Margiela. I like Light Blue from Dolce & Gabbana, and I like the pink Chanel fragrance, Chanel Chance. This is not a new product by any means, but I'm going to take this pink color from this Dior palette. Literally just fell out. And I like to use this as a blush topper. And this is going to give us that Kylie-like cheek, where it's like a pinky, glowy color. And I love it so much. You guys already know the deal with this Hourglass powder. It's the Brilliant Strobe Light Ambient. I don't know if that's the shade or what. I get so confused sometimes. But I love this as a natural highlighter. It gives you that glow from within. I put it all over my forehead, and then I like to just place it here. I've started to place it above and right below my brow. Rare Beauty in the shade Mesmerize. I can't forget the second eyebrow set. I like the Benefit 24 Hour. And again, this is just going to define them and give them a little more roughness that I like. So on my lips, I'm going to use Huda Beauty's Warm Brown Lip Liner. It's so gorgeous. I like to draw a line here and a line here, and then I'll kind of like give the illusion of a pillow lip. So by that I mean 4 quadrants. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll kind of shape like this. As a last step, I'm going to use the new Summer Fridays lip oil. I'm going to use the shade Soft Mauve because I feel like our lips today are definitely mauvey. Here's the final makeup look. I would walk out of the house right now, easily. Like, I would wear this to dinner. I love this. If you wanted, you could go a little less glowy on the skin, and you could do a more like metallic eye, so you could just add a little bit of like a metallic color on the lid, but I went with all matte, and then I did a glossy lip with glowy skin. If you guys are interested in me doing like a proper sit down Q&A, I definitely can. I do get a little distracted by the makeup, so it's hard for me to answer like a lot of questions, but I answered a few, and if you want more, let me know. I can definitely do a sit down, just like chill, maybe like a drink with me. We can have some wine and answer some questions. That would actually be really fun. You guys were obsessed with the glasses I wore in my last video, so I got all my glasses to come try on and show you. This isn't sponsored. I bought all of these. They did send me 1 pair, but I bought all the rest. These are all from Giant Vintage, and I just want to try them on for you because they're honestly so cute. I have this red pair, the same pair in black, which I also love. I have this little brown pair. And then I have this black pair that I wore in that video that you guys loved. I love you guys. I hope you're enjoying the content. Let me know down below what kind of videos you want to see, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye.